Hello, Rockin' here with some more Besiege now. This is my first commentary video of Besiege, and the reason I'm making this is I have been asked to go ahead and show a mechanism that was on one of my creations. I'm guessing he's a follower on my Besiege workshop, but he's also a subscriber here. I'm playing plenty. I don't know how to point out names, but... So... Besiege, essentially, for those of you who do not know what this game is a 3D again, mechanism game. And it has so many mechanics and interesting ins and outs of it. It certainly has plenty of content for a $5 game and plenty of possibilities. It is a bit limiting on modded, which my client is modded. But once you get a few mods in, which is pretty easy to do if you know anything about computers, then you'll be fine, and your creativity is practically limitless. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it, and I will show off my machine, which is my Vulture Mark II, and then I'll show you an engine. I have all this pre-recorded. I had to redo this because the first time I did it was pretty bad. Yeah, still getting used to this. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So this here is my Vulture Mark II thrust vectoring jet. It uses the thrust vectoring engine here, as you can see. It uses, for the more astute of you may notice that it uses ball joints attached to one central ball joint, which is attached to a block. I'll go more into depth in that later. I have an entire clip of this main part. The main problem with jet engines right now, that vector I haven't really figured out yet, is rolling, which I can imagine I could sort out with maybe a wheel or something, but I have not tried yet. This engine can vector in every which way, which basically the way it works is every aircraft has a center of lift and a center of mass. The center of lift of this aircraft is based somewhere around the base of this little flap here. And in the center, right about up here, which is why the wings, if you look at it, are angled. The higher center of mass, the more angle you need to have on these wings. So, the center of thrust is down the center, which does give it a natural bit of tilt, which I have corrected with weights in the front. So is that. What happens when this engine moves is that when it moves, the center of thrust changes. Because think of it as a line from here and out to the center. So that line's going to move, well, I pulled the wrong key here, all the way up. The center of mass is going to stay the same, so it's going to cause it to twist. And the same going downwards in every other direction. These are physics that I've actually learned in Kerbal Space Program that I decided to apply to Besiege. Great game, by the way. I might do some gameplay of it, I don't know if it's requested. Yeah. Back to the main topic. That's another topic for another time. So that's basically the engine. The engine itself, as you can see, there's little hinges here, which I'll go into more depth. Little pistons, blocks here for weight. And I basically shielded it with some metal to protect it from everything else. And everything's on 0G because I just did the engine part first. Which is why this all sounds preloaded. Sorry about that. Now the springs are not necessary at all. You can go ahead and remove them if you want. But I do it because the main problem I'm also having is that if I put 0G off here, is that the engine does sag, which, yeah, I'd probably fix with making this weight 0.1. Now, let's go ahead and I'll show you the raw engine itself and the pre-recorded part I have. So here is the raw engine itself. Uses you can see the spear movement with the ball joints attached to a singular block here in the middle, which is attached to the frame of the aircraft, along with these hinges and pistons. Now this little trick is used on a lot of aircraft. Most aircraft, in fact, actually use this little trick here to create most of their flat movement along with the hinge and ball joint. As you can see, the engine is sagging, it has no support. I've tried to make it as lightweight as possible. Move around freely. The way it works is these ball joints are attached to these hinges, which creates a, sorry if I put my mic there, my bad. Which helps create that movement that I also mentioned before. Simple braces. The rest of these braces are just to attach these pistons to something, and they attach this to the frame, which the frame of the aircraft can be basically anything, like in my Vulture. So yeah, that's basically how the engine works. This does allow me to put an afterburner on the end, which is what I did with the Vulture Mark II. Alright, so that is it for this video. If you liked the video, please do leave a like. It may not seem like much to you, but it does help me out a lot. It bumps my video up on the list. If you want to see more Besiege content, more videos like I've been making on Besiege, go ahead and subscribe. Or if you want to see some World of Tanks content, well actually nah, not really doing World of Tanks anymore, but I might get back into it. If you want to see maybe some World Warships content, I do have that planned for the future. And if you want to see more Besiege videos like this, go ahead and leave a comment or subscribe. I may do more of these in the future. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But we'll just go ahead and see how it goes based on how popular this video gets. Oh, and I also forgot one more thing. For the mods that I do use, I use the TGYD build mod tool, and I also use the PPP2 mod, along with no bounds in order to create the raised effects on these wheels. And I think that's it. So without further ado, I've been OC Rockin'. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys next time.